The wind howls, dust devils dance, empty streets stretch into the distance. The city, once a vibrant hub, now stands deserted, a graveyard of memories. The silence is eerie, broken only by the flapping of tattered curtains and the scuttling of rats. Even the rats seem scared. Something is wrong. Very wrong. Cemeteries, once places of solemn peace, now seethe with unnatural energy. The ground moves, graves bulge. A putrid smell, like death warmed over, hangs heavy in the air. This is not the peaceful slumber of the departed. This is something far more sinister. The dead are restless. It began subtly. Isolated incidents dismissed as bizarre occurrences. A man clawing his way out of his grave in a rural cemetery. A news report from a remote village in the Himalayas. Whispers of corpses coming back to life. But the whispers grew louder, the incidents more frequent, more difficult to ignore. The cause remains unknown. A virus, a mutation, a curse? Whatever its origin, the contagion spread like wildfire. First through the shadows, then bursting forth in a tide of undeath that swept the globe. The living could not comprehend what they were witnessing. By the time they did, it was too late. The military, trained for conventional warfare, found themselves woefully unprepared. Tanks and missiles were useless against an enemy that knew no fear, that felt no pain. Early victories, Pyrrhic and short-lived, gave way to desperate defense, then to panicked retreat. Governments crumbled, their carefully constructed systems collapsing under the weight of the crisis. Communication lines went down, power grids failed. The infrastructure of civilization, once so robust, disintegrated into chaos. The world watched in horror as the old order fell, consumed by the relentless tide of the undead. In the ruins. From the ashes of the old world, a new order emerged, not of governments and nations but of survival. Small bands of survivors, hardened by loss and driven by instinct, carved out pockets of existence amidst the ruins. Trust was a luxury they could ill afford, every stranger a potential threat, every day a struggle for survival. The world they knew was gone, replaced by a desolate landscape where the living were outnumbered, outmatched, and constantly on the run. Cities, once symbols of human achievement, became treacherous death traps. The wilderness, once a place of escape, now offered the only semblance of safety. Secrets of the dead. In hidden labs amidst the chaos, scientists raced against time to understand the enemy. They dissected the reanimated corpses, searching for a weakness, a vulnerability. Their findings were both fascinating and terrifying. The undead were driven by a primal hunger, their bodies animated by a force that defied explanation. There was no cure, no vaccine, only the cold, hard reality of survival. The living learned to adapt, to fight with whatever weapons they could scavenge, to fortify their shelters against the relentless onslaught, to live with the constant fear that gnawed at their souls. The dead had risen, and the world would never be the same. In this apocalyptic new world, survival is paramount. Here are some essential recommendations to increase your chances of staying alive. First, always stay vigilant. The undead can appear at any moment, and being caught off guard can be fatal. Keep your senses sharp and always be prepared for the unexpected. Second, find a reliable group of survivors. There's strength in numbers, and a well-coordinated team can fend off attacks more effectively. Trust and teamwork can be the difference between life and death. Third, secure a safe shelter. Whether it's an abandoned building or a makeshift camp, ensure it is fortified against intrusions. Reinforce doors and windows and set up traps to deter any unwanted visitors. Fourth, ration your supplies. Food, water, and medical supplies are scarce, so use them wisely. Plan your meals and keep track of your inventory to avoid running out of essentials. Fifth, learn to scavenge. The ruins of the old world are filled with useful items that can aid in your survival. Search thoroughly, but be cautious of potential dangers lurking in the shadows. Finally, never lose hope. The human spirit is resilient, and with determination and ingenuity, you can navigate this new world. Stay strong, stay safe, and keep fighting. Remember, in this world, survival is not just about living another day, it's about preserving the essence of humanity. Stay vigilant, stay united, and never, ever give up. Ever.